AITA for refusing to pick up drinks. I, 29F, am a recovering alcoholic who is in the mid-stages of becoming sober. I've been sober 1 year now, and although I am a bit better, I still avoid alcohol because I know I am not over my addiction yet. My family being my parents, 68 meters, 64F, and my older brother, 32 meters, and my sister, 25F, all wanted to get together since the COVID restrictions in our area had been loosened. We decided to have a family barbecue, and my brother and sister got there first and I was running late because I had to work overtime. While driving to my parents' house, my brother calls me to tell me Mom said to pick up some booze on my way since my parents didn't have enough, and I told him I am not stepping foot in a liquor store because I am still in recovery, and he goes on and on about how I need to get over myself and one drink won't hurt. I hang up and continue driving. 10 minutes later, my sister calls me and tells me I need to pick up booze because Mom said she only has 2 bottles of wine and some whiskey. I tell my sister what I told my brother and hang up. About 30 minutes later, I arrive with no booze like I said, and I open the door and my mom says, "Oh, it's so good to see you. Why didn't you pick up the drinks?" And I told her the same thing, and I tried to ignore the questions. Over an hour into dinner, they won't leave it alone, and this is where I might be my sister told me I am being overdramatic, and "You're not a real alcoholic. Alcoholics are people who don't work and drink all day." Have a drink, in which she pours whiskey into my glass without my permission, and I slammed my hands on the table and said, "Will you fucking stop with the alcohol?" Comments to me, "I don't drink. I was a day drinker. I snuck vodka in my coffee cup to drink and I needed to stop, so no, I won't have a fucking drink. And the fact that you all think 2 bottles of wine and 2 cases of beer isn't enough for 4 people is a bigger issue than me not fucking drinking." And my sister starts to cry and my mom tells me to leave. My mom, brother, and sister all think I am tough for doing that, and some of my friends think I should have been more polite about it, but I was at my wit's end. My dad at least said he understand why I did it, but IDK if I am tough for snapping like that at them. NTA. Your family seems to have zero respect for your struggle. Asking you to pick up drinks was bad enough, but pouring you a drink, well, my suspicion is that they're functioning alcoholics themselves, and they don't like your recovery shining a light on their own issues. 2 bottles of wine and 2 cases of beer is a lot of alcohol. A bottle of wine contains about 5 standard drinks, and a case of beer contains 24. So that's a total of 58 standard drinks with everything combined, which puts things at an average of 14.5 drinks per person. That's not have a few drinks and have a good time levels of alcohol. That's get shit-faced drunk and blackout levels of alcohol. For a non-alcoholic, at least. NTA. And it sounds like your drinking buddies, alcoholic family, don't want to look themselves in the mirror. Don't let them sabotage you. Up. NTA. They were unnecessarily egging you on the entire day and not taking your addiction seriously. I understand why your sister was upset after you snapped at her, but that doesn't mean it wasn't well-deserved with the comments she was making. You not drinking probably enhanced their own insecurities that they drink too much. Hence peer pressure to fall back in line and drink with them like a normal person. Bottom line, don't listen to them and stick to the path of recovery. If that means cutting them off if they're not taking your addiction seriously, then go for it. Personally, if I had a friend that was an alcoholic, I would remove as much alcohol from the situation as I can and never ever ask them to pick up alcohol. I wish you the best of luck. NTA. And congrats on your sobriety. NTA. What the fuck? My dad is an alcoholic and we don't ask him to buy the liquor. I have addictive tendencies and don't really drink, and props to you for knowing your boundaries. They are so disrespectful to your healing process. NTA. Oh, so NTA. Addiction can be hell. It is a horrible disease that can sneak up on a person when they least expect it. You are taking the right steps by outright avoiding places that could trigger your addiction. Liquor stores, etc. I applaud you for that. Keep up the excellent work. Now, you told your family several times what you are going through, and why you have decided not to even step foot in certain stores, or even buy certain things. The fact that they kept insisting you not only purchase items for them, but for your sister to actually pour a drink for you, makes them the in this situation. Especially your sister. God, I saw red when I read that part. Pouting, pouting, pouting. You explained to them several times before finally having enough. Could you have maybe handled it a little better? Perhaps. Then again, perhaps not. They didn't seem to get the message when you calmly explained your circumstances. Bottom line, it sounds like your family is not taking your sobriety seriously, and I think they needed that reality check. Finally, good luck with your recovery. Addiction is no laughing matter. It is a lifelong illness that one battles with daily. Stay strong. Keep doing what you feel is best for you. NTA. Asking an alcoholic to pick up alcohol is a serious dick move. NTA at all. Recovering alcoholic myself. It's a hard enough journey as it is. And they have the gall to try and force alcohol on you and try to tell you you don't have a problem when you know you do. That's abuse of control for sure. If they can't support you in trying to live a sober life, you need to seriously think about if coming into contact with them is a good idea. Maybe try and have a calm conversation with them, and if you feel comfortable, open up fully about your addiction. Many of us functioning alcoholics do it in secret, and many people in our lives never know how bad it was for us. Regardless, it's your life and your health. You are in control, and if you don't want to pick up booze, you shouldn't have to. I won't buy it either. NTA. It almost sounds like they want you to relapse. I think I'd limit my contact with them in the future. NTA. I would like to commend you on your restraint. If I was recovering alcoholic and someone poured whiskey in my glass and told me to drink up, they would be wearing the whiskey. NTA. Well done. Adding more as I got so angry and commented before finishing the story. What the fuck is wrong with your family? They kept egging you on about it. Your sister mocking you and saying that you weren't a true alcoholic and without permission poured alcohol in your glass. She knew you were a recovering alcoholic and tried to make you drink anyway because she was mad that you didn't stop to buy them more alcohol when they clearly didn't need any more. Then when you finally let them have a piece of your mind, your mother made you leave. This is all toxic garbage, and I'm so fucking sorry you have to deal with it. NTA at all. Your family are tush. Sad that they're not supportive of your decision or proud of your recovery. 1 year is a great achievement. NTA. Your family is violating a clear boundary and they know it. You don't need to justify your addiction to them. You clearly stated, on multiple occasions, prior to that outburst that you weren't comfortable picking up alcohol. They pushed too hard and are now surprised when you pushed back. I wish you the best on your sobriety. Absolutely NTA. And your sister pouring whiskey in your glass. JFC. It really sounds to me like your sobriety is uncomfortable for them because it forces them to think about their own drinking, and they don't want to face the fact that it's excessive, so they're trying to sabotage your sobriety instead. Nagging you to pick up drinks when you've already established your boundary is strike 1. Belittling your problem in sobriety is strike 2. Trying to tempt you is strike 3. Physically pouring you a drink and calling you an arsehole for justifiably snapping at them? That's worthy of no contact. I wouldn't be spending any more time with them if this is how they treat you in your sobriety. Not until every single one of them, perhaps with the exception of your father, has made a sincere apology and a promise not to undermine your sobriety ever again. I love wine, as does my sister, but if we're around a sober member of the family, none of us drink, not a single one. Because if we're not able to put someone's struggle with alcoholism above our desire for Valpolicella for one night, then we're either sociopaths or we're alcoholics too. NTA, but your family tree sure is stocked up on them. NTA whatsoever, and I'm so sorry they're not being supportive of you, but congratulations on being sober. I don't know you, but I'm so happy for you. My brother is currently in rehab for an opioid addiction. My mom has cancer and my brother was stealing her pills. She would downplay it and say, "Oh, he's just a jackass," but we all knew he had a real problem. She would ask him to get her pills from upstairs and we urged her not to do that because the temptation is too hard for him to resist. She unintentionally enabled him because she didn't take his addiction seriously. It took him having 2 seizures before she realized how bad it is. So now he's in rehab. I'm sorry they are being like that, and I don't want to say you should cut them out, but maybe distance yourself from them if they can't give you the support you need. NTA, I don't think you are the only alcoholic in the family. They want to say you aren't an alcoholic because if you are and they drink more than you did, what does that make them? And a huge well done for not giving in and getting the alcohol, and an even bigger well done for not drink in the face of all the temptation and stress. You should be proud. NTA, not even close. You tried to be polite. You told all 3 of them why you weren't comfortable with buying more booze, and all 3 of them ignored you. I think the most disturbing part of this whole situation is your sister pouring you a drink like nothing was wrong. Congratulations on 1 year sober. That is a huge step. I'm 13, 14 years and counting myself. NTA, you know it would be more polite not having any alcohol on a family gathering when your own child is trying really hard to get sober, but pouring alcohol into your glass to tempt you. That behavior secured you a spot really close to the boiler room. NTA, for the sake of your sobriety, go low or no contact with your family. They place their need for alcohol above you. Instead of supporting you, they encourage you to drink. This indicates that they feel your not to drinking is a judgment on them. To stay sober, avoid bad habits and people who pour you drinks are bad people. Send them all a message that you will be stepping away from them, as their behavior is vile.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.